I'm Lindsay. Welcome to my podcast where I'll talk about knitting, sometimes crochet, sometimes I'll do a little bit of gardening, or pretty much anything I've got going on. I usually have about maybe 15 hobbies going, so which might be punch needle and pretty much anything fiber art. I'm also a watercolor painter. So I guess I'll just start by showing y'all what I've got going on. So here's my giant Swoncho, which is what I call it actually, but really it's called the Herbalist Swoncho or Herbalist Swoncho by Olga. And then her screen name is Homemade Closet. So I've got down to the very last rows. But this is taking me about 3 minutes to knit, and I'm pretty tired of it. I adore it, but it's just taking a really long time, and now it's March, and I know I won't be able to wear it as much, but I love it. But I think I'll understand. You see all the ends I have to weave in? Oh my god. And I've been doing 4 color work, and then the pattern itself asks for pretty much at most 3 colors side by side at once, but I decided to change all the colors of my flowers in this piece. In the original pattern you would have your leaves that are cascading down. I think this is a trellis. And then they would all be the same color. So you'd have like green roses, green flowers, all the way down, which is beautiful, but I don't know, I just dreamed of having pink roses and red flowers, so that's why I did that. I should try it on, but it is pretty massive, and I'm a little bit afraid that it is a little bit too big for my frame. But I'm going to show y'all anyway. If I can find the front. Okay, so here's the front. Okay, so it is pretty massive. I should do some outtakes in just a second, so y'all can kind of see what it looks like on. It pretty much is supposed to do a bit of a drape around the elbows, and then you have your sleeve kind of coming out at that point. Okay. It's a little bit warm. Alright, and then the colors I used are from Fleece. So this is a bit more of a rustic knit. And I really should add these in hashtags to the rustic knit along by knitting tradition. Sadly, I'm placing these back on my needles, the little stitches that slipped off, but that's alright. Okay. This is my biggest project at the moment, and then I try to have a few plain stockinette stitches type projects where I can do a little bit of TV knitting and card knitting at that point. But this one is my big project at the moment. So almost every evening I have a quota of I need to do 2 or 3 rows before I go to sleep, so that I make a little bit of progress, because I need to go ahead and finish it. I was originally participating in the test knit for this, and I was so embarrassed I couldn't get it done by the deadline, and I really did not think that I was that slow of a knitter, but I actually have a harder time with 4 color work than I anticipated, but so I'll wait to do another test knit of color work whenever I'm a little bit faster at it. I kind of came up with a new system for it where I would hold 2 colors in my left hand and then 1 in my right. I would do English style on my right hand and then continental on my left. and then hold, yeah, 2 strands over 1 finger that way. Also noted, if you're going to do color work and you have this many colors going on, make sure that you arrange your balls of yarn on different sides of your body. So generally you have your main color in your left hand, I believe, and then you'd have that on your left side, and then you'd have another ball of yarn on your right side. And Nick is at the door. Okay. Next, I want to show y'all my finished objects. So here's my most recent finished object, which is, sorry, it has some little fuzzies on it. So this is the classic ribbed hat by Pearl Soho. And this one's for Nick, but I'll go ahead and try it on and show y'all. So this is Juniper Moon Harriet. I think it might be Harriet Great, but I think it's just the regular DK version. And it's pretty warm. I don't think it has too many big guard hairs on it where it does a lot of poking. I should clarify that this is alpaca and not the best public speaker, but I guess I'll get more comfortable as we go. Let's see. And next, I want to show y'all. Let's see. Okay. So this is my woolen honey pullover. I think it's by Andrea Mowry. I could be pronouncing your first name wrong. I'm sorry about that. This knit took me, I think it took me a couple months to do. I think it's all on 2.5mm needles, which is pretty small, but somehow whenever I use metal needles, my gauge is kind of big. I'm kind of a loose knitter, I'm sure some of y'all relate. Should probably go ahead and try it on. So I knitted the size small, I'm pretty sure, but it has a lot of ease. I didn't knit the extra small. Because I wanted to have a little bit of positive ease, just so I could wear it, for years and years. Because it does take a long time to knit a sweater, and you want to be able to wear it for pretty much forever. And then I'll do a few outtake shots, so y'all can see it on. But it has a bit of ease to it. I've been wearing this pretty much non-stop, so I'm sorry if it's pulling a little bit, but I love it, even if it pulls. I knitted this up in Juniper Moon, Patagonia. I think I used only 3 skeins instead of 4 skeins. So I'll have to knit some socks or some kind of hat with it. Now, some people might find this yarn pretty scratchy, but I'm kind of used to the way it feels. It has a bit of a dry feel to it. There aren't really big hairs that are poking you, but it does feel, I guess, sheepy. It doesn't feel slickery like the superwash yarns feel. I don't know, it feels very rustic, but not in a bad way. Let's see. I always have a million whips going. I don't know if y'all do, but let's see. I think I'm probably forgetting some, but I'll show y'all in the next video if I'm forgetting too many. I know this video is a bit all over the place because I show too many crafts in it, but let's see. Hopefully I get more of a system going with the videos as I go, and it'll be alright. So y'all bear with me. Okay, so we got a stack of whips going, or finished objects going. Let's see. And here is one of my most recent finished objects. This is the Forest Spirit pattern, and the person who wrote the pattern, their name is escaping me now, but I'll put it in the description box. But it's very adorable. This is a knitted, or not knitted, but this is a crochet pattern. And I think I used size 4 to 5 to knit it, crochet it. Y'all don't hate me, man. I'm not the best with speakers sometimes. But it turned out really adorable. And then some more whips. These are not knitted or crocheted. These are actually punch needle. So I finally got an adjustable punch needle that actually works pretty well. So I've been able to make little tiny mushrooms and different things for mug rugs and different things like that, and I'll try to add those to my Etsy shop. And this one is my practice one. This is my very first punch needle. So it's a little goofy. It's not done. It's just kind of, I'm gonna call this my blog project. There's just like stuff going on. I don't know. I mean, I still really like it. I don't know how Nick would feel about me having like pink tabulousness just in the living room. But I don't think, I mean, he lets me decorate pretty much however though. But here's it up close. I'm so sorry if there's any cat hair on it. Sorry. Okay. And then lastly, I want to show y'all some of the stitch markers I've been making. I'll be selling these on Etsy, and I'm having my very first, what do you call these? It's kind of like a showcase where they have yarn crawls in the States. So I live in Texas, and they're doing the DFW yarn crawl. And then I'll have a booth at one of the local yarn shops in Farmersville. And so I'll show them, and it should be from, what is the date? I'll put it as a caption on the screen so y'all can see what date it actually is. And then I'll show you some of my stitch markers I've been working on. So I've been kind of really getting into clay. I've been really wanting to actually paint stitch markers because I'm really a painter. Okay, I'll grab everything and get close to the camera. Okay, so this one is made out of clay. And it's a carrot. And here's my woodland stitch marker set. Oh goodness, sorry. Let's see. And it has a robin's egg. See a mushroom and a small leaf so y'all can feel like you're in a forest. And those are up in the Etsy shop, but I'll also be selling those locally. And then I've gotten into hand wrapping crystals. So I wonder if I can hold these at the same time. I don't know. Let's see. Ooh. So those are the crystal stitch markers. And I think that's all I have in my pile to show y'all for stitch markers. I have been making a few more garden variety types where there are more flowers, and I guess I'll show y'all more in the next video. I want to keep the, I guess, kind of the woodland theme going. That's one of my, I guess, one of my favorite things about knitting and any kind of fiber work is that you feel connected to, I guess, both the earth and then your ancestors and how long we've all been creating things with sticks and string throughout the ages. And I don't know, and that's one thing I like to keep in mind when I'm designing stitch markers and things like that. Y'all, I recorded this episode in February and now it's April. I kept putting it off because I was really nervous about my public speaking skills and how to edit the video, but I started this channel to connect with the knitting community and I guess anyone in the arts and crafts community. I should probably say my Ravelry, Instagram, and YouTube are all the same name, so is my Etsy. They're all Fortnightlyartist. I named myself Fortnightlyartist because as I've been going to school, I always feel like I can only be an artist every couple weeks because I studied biology and I minored in art and chemistry, but you always feel like you're about to be torn in half because you can't pursue both in the same way. However, I wanted to thank everybody who made it to the end, and hopefully it inspired y'all, to try different types of knitting or try different types of crafting. And there's a lot of bad things going on in the world right now, and I hope that my podcast made y'all smile and brightened your day a little bit. I also want to do a big thank you for Yarn and You in Farmersville, Texas for allowing me to have my small business at your shop at a little booth. And I wanted to thank everybody for watching if you made it till the end, or hopefully it brightened everybody's day, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.